players, we're back to chop it up about how it works when you have a reduced course load. So, let's get started. Some forms of financial aid require you to be enrolled full-time. That means 12 units at Berkeley. And while most students enroll in more than 12 units, some of our students are approved to enroll in a reduced course load. If you're thinking about a reduced course load this year, it is important to understand whether there are impacts to your financial aid before you make changes to your schedule. Generally speaking, you want to maintain a minimum of 6 units. This will ensure you remain eligible for Berkeley grants and scholarships, loans, and work study. This will also keep the repayment clock from starting on your student loans. It is also important to know that there are 2 types of financial aid that may be adjusted if you are enrolled in less than 12 units. They are federal Pell Grants and Cal Grants, which are state grants. So let's talk about how your Pell and Cal Grants might be impacted. There are a few things you should be prepared for when you are a Cal Grant and or a Pell Grant recipient and take a reduced course load. At the start of the semester, Cal Grant and Pell Grants are awarded assuming you are enrolled in at least 12 units. Both awards also require that we, in the Financial Aid and Scholarships Office, check your enrollment once each semester to ensure you are still eligible for the funds. Where the awards differ is how they pay out to your account. Cal Grants pay based on enrollment. For example, you might be awarded a Cal Grant of $6,285 each semester. If you are enrolled half-time, only half, which is about $3,142 of the grant, will pay toward your account. If your enrollment increases before the end of the add drop period, more of your Cal Grant will pay out as your enrollment increases to 3/4 or full-time status. Now remember, if the full amount of your Cal Grant doesn't pay out at the start of the term, your refund might be smaller than expected at the start of the term. Federal Pell Grants, on the other hand, pay out differently than Cal Grants. The full amount of the Pell Grant you have been awarded for the term will pay out at the start of the semester, as long as you are enrolled, meaning you do not need 12 units for this grant to pay out. As I mentioned before, as aid administrators, we are required by the state and federal government to capture your enrollment level at the end of the 5th week of classes each term. If you are enrolled in 12 or more units at that time, you're all set, and you should not expect to see any changes to your Cal Grant or Pell Grant, unless you withdraw from all your courses at a later date, but that's a whole separate video topic. If you are not enrolled in 12 units by the end of the 5th week of classes, you can expect to see changes to your awards based on your enrollment. First, we determine what your enrollment level is. Is it 3/4 time, half-time, or less than half-time? Next, we adjust your awards. The amount of your Cal Grant and federal Pell Grant award will reduce to match your enrollment for the term. So if you enroll half-time, for example, your awards will be reduced to half of the original amount for that term. Make sense? Great. But what does that mean for your bill, and will you be short on financial aid for the semester? Well, if the full amount of your grants paid at the start of the term, these adjustments can result in a bill on your student account. Depending on funding availability, we may award a combination of institutional gift aid, loans, or work study to offset this reduction. Any additional grant we award to offset the reduction will first be applied to any outstanding charges on your account. Once those charges have been paid, all remaining funds will be refunded to you directly. If you are awarded additional loans to offset the reduction, you have the option of accepting the loan funds to pay off any bills created by this adjustment. Timing around all of this is key. One general piece of advice for all students is, it is important that you monitor your account every time you receive a refund to make sure you do not owe anything. If you have an outstanding charge after you've received a refund, it will be your responsibility to pay the invoice. The impact of taking a reduced course load on your actual award may differ from what is described from above. Contact Cal Student Central to find out how your individual awards may change. Well, there you have it. Reduced course load in a nutshell. The impact of taking a reduced course load on your actual awards may differ from what I've described in this video. If you see any changes and have questions, contact Cal Student Central to find out how your individual awards may have changed. We hope that this was helpful, and we'll see you on the next one. Go Bears!